One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. What's up, everybody? It's Reflection here. Streaming live from beautiful Palmdale, California. Los Angeles County, technically, but it's more like the Mojave Desert. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Hope everybody had a nice week so far. It's Thursday. Wanted to come live and share some new music I've been working on. Cook up a fresh track using my Python generated script. Share that with you folks and just kick back. I've been saying I'll go live at 6 o'clock and it's 5:20, so I'm on perfect timing right now. Been a nice week. Had a lot of nice breakthroughs personally, professionally. Let's jump straight into the music. So I've been working on my mixing and mastering to make my songs sound more rounded and more full. Got my compositions down real nice where I want them. Now it's just the finishing touches. So this is a song I made. Let me see. This was made on the 27th. So yesterday morning, looking at the timestamp, 0200, 2 a.m. music. For some reason, I'm a night owl. I own it. I'm not fighting it anymore. I accept it. I sleep when I'm tired. I still clock in and do what I need to do. So this is a song. I haven't got a name for it yet. This is all progressive lo-fi. I had to think about what genre of music do I make. And I think progressive lo-fi is an appropriate label, because this isn't your regular lo-fi girl lo-fi. This is very crushed music. Sample rates are destroyed. Frequencies are filtered out and drained out. Even though it's a digital signal pathway, there's a lot of processing going on, and very synth heavy as well, with lots of heavy modulation. And these were generative pieces, but the process behind it is all from within myself, following the rules of music theory, following the rules of music composition and song structure. So this song was made last night. It's 87 beats per minute in E minor in a 4/4 time signature. And the drum patterns it's a polyrhythmic drum pattern with a half time pattern at the chorus. Let's go. Listen, I was using trendy drugs, topical psychotropics, blocked my dopamine, they built up in my stomach, daydreaming all night in a haze, dry cotton mouth, cathode ray vision, teeth grinding on static clouds, bladder numb, kidneys filter drip the synthetics, robotic ambulation, C3POs for drug testing, leaning on the pharmacy counter, not holding up the bar, high standards, the weight of expectation, a heavy burden. Birds in the trees chirp awake dawn, I haven't slept a wink. Offbeat circadian rhythm resting between blinks. Desperation, start projects and never finish them. Clawing at my comeback art. Am I finished then? Hyper-caffeinated to cope. Daytime activities a struggle. Night owl, trying to find the 9 to 5. I lose hope. I've been behind the cinder block, slept in units and pods. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Let's drop some more music. What else have I got in the stash here? I said I've seen behind the cinder block, slept in units and pods. Do you understand? I'm not playing around. I'm locking in. All right, this was made on... I've got a bunch of different iterations of this next song. This was made on the 25th, which was like 3 days ago, 3 p.m. It's in G major, so it has a more positive, upbeat vibe. I'm just trying to find the right mix of this. I got 30 mixes of this bad boy. You know how that can get. So let me find the right one. Let me see how this one sounds. It has a very dominant percussive element. I like switching up the snare drums. And one of the stems was actually, instead of a snare, it was using instead of the snare, I used a crash cymbal or something like that. So this is in G major, 77 beats per minute. It's in 4/4. It's a broken beat drum pattern, and I've got lo-fi drums on the chorus. So hopefully this is a decent mix. Let's have a listen. Do you think this bell crash cymbal is too dominant? I do, but I might leave it in there like this. Music and a major scale, G major music. G major. That's one of the recent tracks. This is my next song I'm going to play. This is 87 beats per minute. I think I played that one already, have I? Let me see if I've played this one already. 87, C sharp major. Again, major scale. No more in my feels. But we've got some dark stuff coming as well. This is in 4/4 time signature. Has a broken beat drum pattern for the chorus, for the verse, sorry, and then I have a drill drum pattern, but slowed down to 87. So I've got some nice syncopation going on. This was made last night at 2:30. I didn't come to play around. This is dungeon music. This is dark music, but it's in a major scale. Progressive lo-fi, heavy synth-based textures. You're listening to Reflection Radio. My name is Reflection, streaming live from the Mojave Desert. This is progressive lo-fi. Oh, shout out to Sacred Geometry. Oh, I stopped it too soon. There you go. Let's keep digging in a stash here. This song was made at midnight. It's got Memphis funk drums, and then polyrhythm drums for the chorus. 92 beats per minute. You're listening to Reflection Radio. This is Progressive Lo-Fi. Music producers, beat makers, tap in. I've got stems, I've got samples, I've got drum packs, I've got one shots. Sync licensing available on all these tracks. That's okay. You're listening to Reflection Radio. That was a song that was made on the 24th of May at 03:35. See, that was some 3 a.m. music right there in G sharp minor. And keep it pushing. This next song is in G minor. The drums are a jazz hop drum for the chorus. This is 76 beats per minute. Jazz hop and drill. This is Progressive Lo-Fi. You're listening to Reflection Radio. absolutely toxic. Absolutely toxic. This was 4 a.m. music. Listening to Reflection Radio. That was 4 a.m. music, G minor. Actually, that had a 5/4 time signature. That's why it sounded so jarring. This next song was made at 2 p.m., a slightly different time of the day to be cooking. It's in D minor, 4/4 time signature. I've got drill drums slowed down to 80 beats per minute here. It's almost half-time drill. And then have a chopped break for the chorus. Let's go. You're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm your host, Reflection. Streaming live from the Mojave Desert. This is progressive lo-fi. Switch up. You're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm your host, Reflection, bringing you some progressive lo-fi sounds and textures that have been cooked up from the kitchen here recently. That was a song that was made a couple nights ago, a couple afternoons ago. Let's jump into another song. This next song is in F minor. This was made at 8 a.m. in the morning. 83 beats per minute, F minor. This has a drum pattern called negative space, so the drums are very sparse. You're listening to Reflection Radio. Listen to Reflection Radio. I'm your host, Reflection. That was a song that was made a couple nights ago in the studio here in F minor, 4/4 drum pattern. Another song from the same session. This is in halftime, E minor. Listen for the chorus because there's a polyrhythmic breakdown. You're listening to Reflection Radio. You're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm your host, Reflection. You can catch me live on all social media. Right now we're streaming live. Oh, what's up, Lunchy? Thanks for joining the stream. So I might have missed you if you left the stream already. Shout out to Sacred Geometry. Listen to Reflection Radio. My name's Reflection. I'm an artist based out of the Mojave Desert in Southern California. Sharing some songs I've made recently through a script I've generated using a synthesizer workstation and a lot of years of blood, sweat and tears to take my process from my crazy Dr. Jekyll and Hyde brain and convert that into something that can be scripted or documented at least. So at least there's some documentation of the process. You can catch me live on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram as well. Streaming live at about 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, Pacific Coast time. This next song was made at 10 a.m. in the morning. Can you believe it? About 4 days ago. This song is in G major, has a much more upbeat tone to it because it's in the nice major scale. It's in 4/4 regular time signature. This has boom bap drums and then there's a broken beat for the chorus. Enjoy listening to Reflection Radio. Shout out to Lunchy, shout out to Sacred Geometry. This is nice, happy music. This is music that cats play to. Cats roll around on the floor when they hear this. They get hyped. You're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm your host, Reflection, streaming live from the Mojave Desert tonight, all across the internet. We're live on Instagram, on Twitch and YouTube, playing you some recent productions from my studio here. This is all progressive lo-fi. This is not your lo-fi girl. This is more progressive, trying to push the boundaries more. This next song was made at 1 p.m. about 4 days ago. It's at 88 beats per minute. It's an A sharp minor in a 4/4 time signature. And for the chorus, I used a chopped break for this, and the drums are in half time for the chorus. So this you're listening to Reflection Radio. Switch up. You're tuned into Reflection Radio Live. I'm your host, Reflection. Please like and subscribe and follow if you're not doing so already. Give the stream some bumps so we can find our tribe and find our audience for this music. Playing progressive lo-fi. This is all produced, made by myself, composed by myself, mixed and mastered. I'm not the best at mixing and mastering. I'm never going to claim that, but I'm the best I can be right now, doing my best, and all I can do is just keep it authentic. Good news is I've got the synthesizer over here plugged into the computer. Once I'm done playing these tracks, we're going to cook up a song live and see if we can preview that live on the stream. You're listening to Reflection Radio. This next composition is 80 beats per minute. It's in G sharp minor, 4/4 time signature. And I used the kind of soul drums here for the chorus, and then polyrhythmic drums, soul drums for the intro and the verse and the outro. And then the chorus has a switch up to a polyrhythmic pattern. Let's go.
Reflection.
You're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm Reflection. streaming live on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. Please like and subscribe and follow if you haven't done so already. If you can, drop a comment. All engagement helps. This is a song that was made earlier in the month. This is from the 9th of May. And this song is much more experimental. It's in a 5/8 time signature, 93 beats per minute in E major. The mix on this is very raw, so forgive me if it sounds too experimental, but let's have a listen. You listen to Reflection Radio. I said it was experimental. That was something very different for your ears. Let's bring it back to reality. Let's reassociate for a second. This song was made on the 24th of May. This is at 2 a.m., 34 minutes past 2 a.m., at 13 seconds to be precise. You listen to Reflection Radio. This song is in G minor. So got lo-fi drums for the verse and then jazz hop drums for the chorus for the switch up. So let's take a listen. This is in G minor, 79 beats per minute. All beat makers, MCs, producers, songwriters, composers. Tap in if you want synth samples, one shots, stems, drum shots, drum samples, drum buses. I got all that. Drop me a message or contact me through the social media. Or you can email me. It's reflection, itsrflxn @gmail.com. Switch up. You're listening to Reflection Radio. You're listening to Reflection Radio. All right, let's do something different. We played some music, get an idea of what I've been working on. Let me jump over to my other screen and we're going to cook up. Let me bring this down. You're listening to Reflection Radio, streaming live on Instagram, Twitch. Where else are we live on? Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, of course. You can follow me live on It's Reflection, itsrflxn. Just getting my screen ready. So this is the script I've been using, which let's jump over. The top of the screen is my coding agent, and we're going to cook up a song live using the Python generated script I've used. I'll try and walk you through what's going on. You'll hear the sampler coming through with the different stems. So what the script does is first it generates a MIDI track, then it records the stems after gain staging them. So we've got the bass line coming through. Just gain staging it so it comes in with the right signal to noise ratio. Second bass line coming in. Melody. The main melody's coming in now, or should be. This is all being triggered live from the Roland Phantom over USB using sysx commands to do program changes over MIDI. Sometimes it's not audible. Probably because I had one channel muted. This is the second layer of the melody. I like layering synths a lot to give the song more texture. Then when you pan the elements, it just sounds wonderful. And all of these have a lot of modulation. The second layer of the melody has the first LFO is on a sine wave set to a half note with the modulating TVF and TVA. And then a second LFO has a chaos wave set to a eighth note with TVF, TVA set to 10 and 7. And then the first LFO modulates the rate of the second LFO. And then the first LFO is also modulating the pan of the signal. And then the second LFO is modulating the filter. So we've got a lot going on there. So recording the third layer of the melody, which is a bell. This has some color on it. This is the counter melody coming through. This has color on the amp through an enhancer on here. This is the first layer of the melody again. Oh, the counter melody, sorry. It has an enhancer effect on it. Put some color. It's got some fatness on there. It's got 26% delay on there as well. Now I'm recording the third layer of the counter melody. Just calibrating it, I should say. This has a phaser on there. This is the Scoop Poly patch on the Roland Phantom. This is the first layer of the chorus melody. The script just shifts the notes up an octave or so if it needs to make sure that the patch is appropriate for that part of the song, because some of the patches, I'm sure you know if you're into production or audio creation or audio synthesis, sometimes the patches don't behave like you want them to. For this patch, the first LFO is actually controlling the detuning of the super saw. You can hear that modulation kicking in. It's got very, very mild sensitivity. Like the detuning strength of the LFO is like +4, so it's tiny, but just enough to peek through. This is the second layer of the chorus melody. It has a chorus effect, even not chorus, like the actual chorus part of the song. But this has like a wet dry of about 25% of a chorus effect to give it some more width. This has, for the first LFO, sine wave set to a whole note. And then LFO 2 is a chaos wave set to a whole note as well. And the first LFO is modulating the rate of the second LFO. And then the first LFO is also modulating the filter. These are the pads. All my songs have pads to give the song some atmosphere. Or not some, to give the song atmosphere. I throw pads on. This is the second layer of the pads using a string patch. There's no effects on this, but it's just a very lush pad. Drums are coming through. This is the first layer of the drums for punch. No, this is the sub layer. Now we're going to record. So this is the first pass. These are the first stems for the song. Coming through the house speakers. Let me have it, so it's just coming through my Rodecaster here. And I haven't touched as you can see, I haven't touched a button yet. This has all been totally scripted based on principles of music theory, my artistic preferences, and all being run through USB using a Python script. Now these stems are not mixed yet, so the next thing the script does after it does all the recording passes, gain stages the different stems, sums them together, applies some mixing and mastering principles, some EQ, some mild compression, some cuts here and there. We'll see how long it takes to come up with a full song. So you're watching this live, you're listening to Reflection Radio, you're cooking up live. One downside of using this system is that it does record in real time as opposed to printing the stems, but I find printing the audio introduces room for some more harmonic interference, even though it's coming through the USB, and also opens the door to potential digital glitches and errors that give the song more character. And this is in A major, so you can hear the major scale with the kind of optimistic tone peeking through. And got halftime drums, and then lo-fi drums for the chorus. And this is in 80 beats per minute, so a pretty reasonable progressive lo-fi tone. After this phase is recorded, the multi-track wave will be split into stems, and then we'll go through another pass of the rest of the instruments. So this is Reflection Radio. We're cooking up a song live. Thank you for watching. I'm Reflection. And when it's finished, we'll preview the full song together. I think that's the end. It's gonna you're gonna see a bunch of code run through the top. Is it updating? Should be. So splitting the stems for that first pass. There we go. I see some movement there in the command line. So it's just splitting those stems out, the bass line, the harmonic bass, the different layers for the main melody, the counter melodies coming out. The melodies for the chorus, the effects pads for atmosphere, the pad layers are coming out now, and then the drums. Now the next stage is the remaining stems. So we've got a side snare, body layer for the snare. I like layering my snares. I always have about 2 or 3 layers for my snares and kicks, just to give it more punch and let it cut through the mix. This is the air layer for the snare. So this snare actually has 3 layers, which is nice. Hi-hat. This has a lot of lo-fi compression on there. It's got a pre-filter, a lo-fi filter. Nice orchestra kick. That's going to be crazy because that's actually the open hat, so this is going to sound nuts. These are the chorus drums coming through. I switched the drums up for the chorus just to keep things different, because why not? So we're just gain staging for the recording process right now. Side stick. That's the second snare. These have a bit crusher on them with a low pass filter. And then a lot of color with quite a lot of depth on the FXM color on the Roland Phantom. This is going to sound nuts because one of the open hi-hats is actually sounds like a big orchestra timpani drum. So hopefully it's not going to drown out the mix, but let's see how it sounds. Now it's going to record it. Crazy. Hype. You're listening to Reflection Radio. We're cooking up live here, live on the live stream. We're going to cook up a whole song. A few of these tracks, when I was mixing them, the snare and the snare drum was assigned to an odd sample, and that was causing problems with the mix because I was ducking the snares, and those like really outlier sound choices were just like overwhelming the mix. But artistically, some of them sound pretty progressive, and this is progressive lo-fi. You're listening to Reflection Radio. If this goes well, and I like the way that this gets mixed after we're done, you're going to be seeing a lot more music dropping. This is a kind of a leaker session behind the scenes to share some of the work the content I've been working on. After if I'm happy with this process, there are going to be a lot more reels and shorts coming out, and going to be drip feeding content out instead of just dropping songs here and there. Going to be a lot more consistent, God willing. I'm tired today. I went out with my dad. I was working this morning and actually live streaming for work with my AI stuff. And he said, "Oh, do you want to come to the mall?" I was like, "You know what? I haven't been to the mall since before Christmas." So we jumped in the car, went to the mall, walked around, and went to play some pool. Had some pizza from Blaze Pizza. I had a chicken barbecue pizza. I added gorgonzola cheese to it, the blue cheese, which I really like. Gave the pizza a nice bitterness from the blue cheese. What else did I add on there? Some peppers, some roasted garlic, all the good stuff. And then at the end, they put some extra barbecue sauce on there and some balsamic vinegar. It was fire. I had a slice of my dad's. He had spicy pepperoni pizza with the honey, spicy honey. It was really good. It was really good. If you go to a place like Blaze Pizza and you don't leave, and you leave hungry, that's on you. That's your problem. You can't leave there hungry, especially when you can put whatever you want on the pizza. That's a definite cheat code for lunch. Okay, pass 3. So we're going through the final passes of the song. These are mostly patches for the chorus. So I've got like the second, the alt drums, closed hats. What else have we got? Tambourines, wood blocks. Just some perks, maracas. Now it's recording the final pass. So that was 3 passes. After this, the song is going to get processed. The stems are going to get processed to cook the jong. And these are just very subtle percussive elements. Nothing too crazy. How this all started, when I was on house arrest, living in another part of the desert, I didn't have access to a computer, and I was really into cards back then. I was playing blackjack a lot. I was in Vegas for like a month, and they literally kicked me out of the hotel. They said, like, sir, you can't stay in a hotel any longer. The Nevada law says if you're not a resident of Nevada, you're not allowed to stay here past 30 days or something like that. So I said, okay, I'm going to come home. And mind you, that was before I was on house arrest. That was leading up to when I got arrested and all the chaos jumped off, if you know about it. So I was fighting my case from home on home incarceration. I had access to a doorless system, which was it was a godsend because it kept me busy and allowed me to work on my craft. And I was using cards as a way to randomize my choices when I was making music. And I was talking to my dad about it. He works with computers. He's a retired tech guy. And he was like, we can script this. So we worked on the first iteration of this script about, we're 2026. So maybe 4 years ago, he kind of coded my process, which was really helpful. And then when I ended up having to go to prison, I had a lot of time there because they had a music lab. So I was reading books about music theory and music composition and played in a band. I was the drummer for a prison band. We played Spanish music, we were playing metal, played everything. And I realized how much I didn't know about music theory. So then when I came home, I was able to apply all the learning I'd done and all the studying to improve my script that was made while I was on house incarceration. And sharing the process with you folks now, and you're hearing the result. Some of it is very crazy, some of it is very experimental, but it's different. And I think a lot of music right now is so generic that I wanted to just be authentic and share my process with everybody, and that's what I'm here for. That's Reflection Radio, everybody. So once the recording is done, the script takes about 10 minutes, depending on how much CPU it's going to use, to process the stems and do the mixing and mastering. Sounds like it's almost done. And then we'll preview the result live on air, and it just might be coming out on a release in the next few weeks, God willing, or in the next few months. In the meantime, everybody, you're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm Reflection. If you are a musician, a producer, somebody who's looking for music for your project, whether it's a film, a video game, or an app, please reach out. My email is itsrflxn@gmail.com. All the songs I create here, I do have the full stems for them. I also have drum one-shots for each project, which have all been heavily processed. And also samples for the synth elements as well. They may sound jarring and very experimental together, but isolated, they'll work great for samples. Okay, so that's done. Now it's 6:43 right now. We're moving into the mix and mastering phase. Let's see how long this is going to take. It looks like my CPU might start spinning up, so if my stream suddenly goes weird, you know why. Let's see how long this takes. So while that's cooking, I'm going to preview another song that I've been working on. What haven't we listened to today? I don't think we played this one yet. G minor from the 24th. Maybe we did, but let's drop it again. You're listening to Reflection Radio. We're cooking live. We're going to see how long the song we just recorded is going to take to produce, mix and master, to produce the final WAV ready for streaming.
Reflection.
Oh yeah, my computer's definitely struggling right now, but that's okay. I'm here, my camera froze. Yeah, we're back. It froze because I pressed the button. Let me unfreeze it if I can. I don't like having this much stuff open when I'm mixing music. It's opening the door for major problems, but let's see how we get on. Close some of my Chrome windows. Let's see if that helps. So 4 minutes so far.
Reflection.
You're listening to Reflection Radio. My name is Reflection. Content creator based out of Palmdale, California, in the beautiful Mojave Desert. We're cooking up a song live on air using my Python-generated audio production pipeline. It's been nearly 6 minutes since the stems were recorded. So I'm just going to see how long this is going to take. And then we'll preview it, and then we'll close the stream. Thank you everybody for watching. Shout out to I Am Sacred Geometry. Make sure you're following his channel on Instagram. He's a producer. And shout out to Lunchy9990 for joining. Appreciate appreciate the support. I really do. This next song was made 12 o'clock 4 days ago. It's in a Locrian mode, so it has a very amelodic sound to it. But it's in a 4/4 time signature to normalize things a little bit. Let's have a listen. You're listening to Reflection Radio.
Reflection. Reflection.
You're listening to Reflection Radio. My name is Reflection. Thank you for listening. Today we're streaming progressive lo-fi sounds, which were composed by myself and mixed and mastered in the studio here. We are cooking up a track live on stream. It's right now being processed. It's been about 10 minutes since the stems were recorded. Once it's done, we're going to listen to it together live on stream. In the meantime, here's another song that was cooked up. This is a song made in the afternoon. It's 80 beats per minute in G sharp minor. And the intro and the verse drums use an MPC soul pattern. And then there's a polyrhythmic switch up for the chorus. So I hope you enjoy. You're listening to Reflection Radio.
Reflection.
So I just threw on the file explorer here on the left next to the timer. Normally I run this process using 4 workers, which means it uses 4 different CPU cores, but because I'm streaming, today I decided to just use 2 workers, so it's going to take a little bit longer than I'm used to, which is fine. But it's only been 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to preview some more songs I got. From the stash here. Hope everybody's doing good. Tomorrow's Friday. Weather's definitely warming up where I'm at. Hope it's the same where you are too. This could be an interesting song. This is in a Lydian mode, 76 beats per minute. I'm not sure if I've played this already or not. I don't think so. This was made a few days ago as well, about 11 o'clock in the morning before I started locking in on my work stuff. I became not obsessed, but pretty, what's the word? Dedicated to my music project. I really wanted to work on my script so I could get the music out and automate the process of getting the reels out and things like that, and the shorts, just to cut out the manual work. And I've been doing that using the YouTube API to script it instead of digging through the menus and menu diving so much. And once that's all in place, once these songs are generated and I'm happy with the mixes, there'll be a lot more content coming out, probably albums and themed EPs. I'm thinking of doing a whole project only using is it Jupiter 106, the Roland synthesizer, with all the melodies coming from there. And I might do another project where everything's using the SH101. Just to experiment with it more and get to know it better. So this is a track which is 76 beats per minute. It's in C and it's in a Lydian mode. So you're listening to Reflection Radio. I'm Reflection. I'm looking at my CPU. I think we're getting close to the end because it kind of slows down once it's done a lot of the processing. So keep an eye on the window over here to see if there's any updates of like the mastering folder or the final folder. In the meantime, this is a song I created a few days ago. You're listening to Reflection Radio.
Reflection.
You're tuned into Reflection Radio. My name's Reflection. Today I've been previewing some of the songs I've been working on and playing some more experimental stuff from my archives from recent projects I've been cooking up. And we're cooking up a song live here. Been processing for about 20 minutes, which is longer than it normally takes, but there's no rush. I was actually thinking before jumping back on the mic that it's actually not a bad thing if I'm using less CPU, because I remember in the old days, I don't know if this is transferable or not, but like when you'd burn CDs, usually burning them at lower speed had less chance of them having errors. So I'm wondering if mixing the music in the Python script using 2 CPUs instead of 4 might be better. But the CPU is cooling down, so to speak. The amount that's being used is coming down, so it's not going to be too long. But there's no rush. No rush at all. The longer we're live, actually, the better. So you can find me streaming live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday around 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Today we're streaming live on YouTube, on Twitch, and Instagram. I was finally able to get my Instagram streaming synced up with YouTube and Twitch, which is great because I know I have a lot more creators on Instagram. It definitely sounds like from the reels I've uploaded, music seems to be preserved much better on Instagram as opposed to YouTube. I'm not sure why that is. Something with the processing that happens on YouTube, it seems to strip a lot of the character of the music. I think everything gets a low pass filter on there. And maybe the way maybe there's some kind of bitrate adjustments that happen before it joins their servers. So let's go back to some of the songs we were playing earlier. Let me sort by date. After May 25th, my songs had a big improvement because I improved some of the audio processing, introduced more bass line into the songs, and made a few other stylistic changes that I had noticed that I overlooked. So this next song is from a few days ago, G minor. Had lo-fi drums for the verse, and then it switches up to jazz hop for the chorus, which is one of my trademarks, having a switch up. Let's have a listen. You're listening to Reflection Radio. Just thinking to myself here, laughing, I'm realizing that, I'm doing this very transparently and very vulnerably. The fact that I don't know what this song is going to sound like live, so it's really like I don't have any fallback really. It's going to be what it's going to be. So here's hoping to everything going well when these songs are finally played back. I'm an open book right now. It could be terrible, but I'm going to own it. Let's see. This is Building in Public. Maybe it never finishes. It just goes on forever. I'm not coming offline until this song is finished. Okay. You're listening to Reflection Radio. We're cooking up a song live, just waiting for it to process. The next song is another recent production of mine. This was made just over 24 hours ago, about 2 a.m. It's in E minor with polyrhythmic drums. Enjoy. You're listening to Reflection Radio. My name is Reflection. This is another song that was made in the same session last night. It's in a C sharp major in a 4/4 time signature, and the chorus has a half-time drill beat. Waiting for the song to render. I didn't think it was going to take quite this long. I might check in with, oh, it's back. Just as soon as I said something, it started moving. Isn't that typical? Cool. So, there we go. We got something. We got one, folks. Okay, let's have a listen. This is as vulnerable as I get. Putting everything out there. This is risky. I've never heard this. This is as real as it gets. This is as real as it gets. You're listening to Reflection Radio. We've made this song live on the air. We've heard the stems, the melodies sound good, but the mixing was all done by Python through an automated process. This could sound really good. This could sound really mid. This could be terrible. Let's have a listen. So this is in A major. 80 beats per minute, and a 4/4 time signature. We have half-time drums for the intro and the verse, and then lo-fi drums for the chorus. And this was made live on the stream today. Here goes nothing. You're listening to Reflection Radio. What's up, Doo-Ups? Thanks for joining the Instagram stream. Appreciate you joining. Okay, cool. I might need to look at that under the microscope, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I have loads of logs here. You see on the window here, I've got loads of logs about the different levels and the different way the stems were and what the final master product looked like. So it took about 30 minutes from stems for it to be automatically mixed, which is huge progress. Big motivation for me for automating my mixing and mastering was a health reason, actually. My dad has hearing problems, and he's had to wear hearing aids for a long time. And seeing somebody struggle with their hearing is really, really difficult to witness. It really does impact a person's ability to live a normal life. And as somebody who loves music, musicians are very prone to being in areas where there's not just loud music, but also repetitive frequencies, even of a low volume, can actually cause problems with hearing. And I've worked with musicians who've lost their hearing, and it's really, really tough to be having to say what all the time, and the impact it has on someone's life. So my goal for automating some of the mixing and mastering was to protect my ears, basically, from not having to repeatedly expose myself unnecessarily. So that's one of the goals of automating my process. So anyway, folks,
Reflection.
you've been listening to Reflection Radio. Big shout out to my Instagram viewers today. I am Sacred Geometry, Lunchy990, and Dewups. Really appreciate you checking out the stream. I'm a new content creator. My channel is still in its infancy, so even one person watching is great. If you could give me some feedback on my music, constructive criticism, not just rage bait, I would really appreciate that, because I've been making music in solitude for many, many years, and only recently have been able to actually get out and share it. So this is big for me, to actually challenge myself and step out of my comfort zone, to be vulnerable and just put my process out there to folks. But anyway, it's been a good stream. Got to share some of my recent music. We cooked up a song live on stream, and managed to play it back as well. So mission accomplished. I'm gonna sign off for now, everybody. Please check me out on the socials. You can follow me on itsrflxn. That's spelled itsrflxn on all social media. I'm active on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Have a Discord as well that I'm going to be working on more, and just working on tuning this final mastering piece of the script. Then I'm going to be flooding the game with music. If anybody out there is interested in stems from these songs, I have drum buses, I have drum one-shots and sample packs from every song I've made, including this one. Let me show you, actually. I can go through that now on the stream. So every time I make a song, I also isolate the drum buses, and the drum buses from the chorus and the verse. So for this track, I've got the drum bus from the chorus. And from the verse. And I have the MIDI for those as well, if you want to throw that into your DAW of your choice, with stems for each part of the drum track. So I've got the kick stem there, and also have one shots of every element in the drum. So this will work on a sample pack with any sampler, any DAW. This will work with Ableton. This will work with your MPC. This will work on your Teenage Instruments. This will work on your Machine, or any DAW of your choice. So what have we got here? Every one of the drum packs has a lot of processing on there, which you're not going to get anywhere else. This is all coming from the Roland Phantom. You know, I'm talking state of the art, 192 kilohertz processing, coming through over USB, with effects added, lots of modulation, and then also have stems for the MIDI, for the melody elements. The final songs might not be to your taste because they're so progressive and experimental, but the actual, the individual stems can still be thrown into a song of your liking for inspiration. If you have beat block, this is a great way to help with composition. So here's the bass stem from the verse. Disgusting. It's got a lot of width to it as well because it's recorded in stereo. The main melody. And all my melodies have modulation on them. I always have two LFOs going, even with a little bit of sensitivity, modulating the filter or the amplitude or the pan. We have a chords, stem. So that's for the verse. That's from today. That's what we cooked up today together. And then for the chorus, so that's for the verse, and then for the chorus we have the bass line. That's in A major, so that's ready to go into basically any major scale composition. It could be transposed up or down or sampled. It's in a 4/4 time signature as well. Then we have the melody. And the pads as well. So I'm going to be releasing those on my website, which will be itsrflxn.com, coming soon. I've been working on that. But I'm going to sign out for now, folks. It's been really, really good sharing my process. Very grateful to everybody who checked in from Instagram. Please check in again or shoot me a comment if you're interested in any of the music or collaborating. And tune back in on Tuesday at 6 p.m. My name